Hello there YouTube land and welcome back to the Small Workshop Adventures. Bit of housekeeping as we say before we get started. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and click the like button. It's really appreciated. Another day, another job. Well, what are we doing? Well, we are on another garden room build. Got a few this year. It's quite nice, isn't it? Building momentum. I have Andy, who's behind me there. Say hello, Andy, behind me. Hello. Andy's here, the two of us, and we've got all sorts of comings and goings. So we are at day one. We are ground zero, day one of starting the build. So lots to look forward to. It's quite a big build. This is going to be a really interesting one. It's going to have bifold doors, and it's going to have a little kitchenette inside, a bathroom, and all sorts of things. So there's lots to it. So I'm going to try and break this one up and do various sections of this. So we'll see how this video goes, because it's obviously this is going to be over a number of weeks again, and coming through. But lots to see, lots to enjoy, and we're looking forward to it. It's a beautiful day. The summer has definitely arrived here in the United Kingdom, and definitely down here on the south coast. So I'm probably going to get me tan. I've got a decent tan anyway, but sun factor. We've got a sun factor 50. You got your sun factor 50, Andy? Yep. So we're going to need hats and sun factor 50. Well, I always wear a hat, don't I? So you know that. So I'm going to show you around the site. No materials here yet. They're being delivered later on this morning, but we're going to get on and we're going to show you what we're going to be doing. So there you can see the site. The base is already down. There is a concrete base for this one. And you can see, yes, that's a soil pipe. We've had that already installed. So that's going to the main drain here. And we've also got for the utilities that are going to go into the building. So this is the actual site, just looking at it. There's also going to be a pergola coming off with a roof off the front here. So there's going to be bifolds are going to be down the front here. And then there's going to be a pergola which comes out, which creates a covered outdoor space as part of the garden. So that is going to be a really nice part of it and a nice feature. Going back along, we are 6.5 meters by, what did we say? 3.5, I think. 3.5 meters is the, and then you've got a 3 meter by 3 meter pergola coming in down there. So what we're going to start doing now is we are now going to get the trench 600 deep. We're going to dig down in an arc, because we've got to obviously connect the plumbing, and that will be done in a few weeks time. But what we need to do is continue getting these conduit in and dug down, and that's going to come up in an arc around here, and it's going to go in about there into the house where we connect to the water eventually. But what we're going to be doing mostly this morning is digging holes. So instead of digging foundations, we're going to be digging holes. We also have, as you can see, the armoured cable is just sort of laid loosely, goes round the front, hanging there, and it will come in. The fuse box is around the front of the house, so that runs all the way around there, and we'll be able to bring that in. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's the first job. So day one, let's crack on with it. Right, we've had our first drop, so the first stage of materials arrived. On those 4x2, we've got some 6x6 fence posts, which we're going to use as part of the pergola, one side of it. There's a load of OSB and 18mm ply there. We've got Celotex for the base. But what we're going to do now is put the damp proof down. So the first thing we're going to do is lay the damp proof across the whole of the base. So there we've got a sheet of Visqueen, and you can see that's what we're going to be doing. Andy's just started to pull it out. So that is the first thing if you're doing onto a concrete base. Lay your damp proof course down. So there we go, we'll get on with it. I have a new toy, as you may know by now, but there it is, the DCF 899, the DCF, the DeWalt DCF. Let me turn that round. There you go, DeWalt DCF 899. It's the impact wrench. It is a beast of a tool. In fact, if you see the comparison between that and a normal impact driver, there we go, you can see them side by side. Then you can see it's much, it's just a heftier machine, tool, isn't it? I'm using it to drive in big screws, because an impact driver, as good as it is, it gets bloody hot and it gets really warm, and you feel like you're going to burn it out, because I'm putting in so many of these big screws, or the big hex screws as well. So I bought one of these. You might say it's overkill, maybe not. I haven't actually seen many people in carpentry using them. I know what they're used for. They're used for getting off big lug nuts off trucks and all sorts of things. So breaking those sort of things, they've got the power to do that. But I'm using it to drive in some pretty hefty screws, and it's doing it brilliantly. It's a brilliant bit of kit to add to all the stuff that you use. So very happy. So we've just been putting in them, as you see, fixing down. You can see the damp proof, the membrane underneath, the damp proof course, DPC underneath, and we're getting that down and building the base. So we've got to continue on. So let's crack on. So the insulation's going down nicely. As you can see, we have put that in, cut that in. looking back this way. We haven't done this side because we have got to cut. We need to bring our grinder tomorrow to cut along that line, so then that will square the building up. So it's got to go through those slabs. So we didn't build this side, but that's not a bad day's work. We've done a lot of the base, and we've dug that in as well, haven't we? So that's a nice job. Moving along nicely. So there we go. Okay, we back on day 2, and the first little conundrum was getting this MDPE. Sounds like I know what I'm talking about, doesn't it? I knew it as blue pipe. Yeah. Andy knew it as the actual, yeah, it's blue pipe, isn't it? MDPE. Anyway, getting that through the conduit. So we taped a broom handle. I'm sure many of you have done it, but we taped a broom handle, cut not only a tiny little bit. I cut the end of my broom. So I've gone and bought another broom, but that doesn't matter, does it? Solves the problem. We've pulled that through. But it's fine. It's all under there. And as you can see, it's coming up the other side. So it's ready for when we do the actual connection into the house. But there you are, nicely done. All right, cool. And we're on day 2. We're just setting some things up. We're going to do, we're going to start finishing off the floor. And then we will start on the studs on the walls. So it's nice, a lot to do, obviously, but it'll be a nice day. Let's crack on. There we go. We have the Celotex down, 100mm insulation across the floor. Whoa, that's bright when the sun shines on it. I think I'm on a solar panel. We could generate some real power here, some energy here. I look back from there, I've been absolutely blinded. There we go, nicely. Now we're going to put the vapor wrap across. So we're going to wrap that, and then we will put the floorboards on. So next stage. And that's the waterproof membrane on the floor, so you can see the various aspects of the construction of the base going on. So that is stapled down. I don't know if I've really ever talked about that. We use a staple gun, so a very good staple gun. This one, there you go, that's a Stanley. I've also got a DeWalt, but I've lost it. You won't be surprised that I've got a DeWalt, will you? But anyway, I've got a couple, but where the other ones have gone. And just 10mm staples. So that creates the waterproof membrane on the floor. Vapor barrier, whatever you want to call it. So we just wrap the whole thing, basically, floor to ceiling. But that's the base. And now we're going to put the floor down, which will be 18mm ply. So we'll get on with that. as you can see, the floor is going down. It's 18mm ply, and we're using 50mm screws. 50mm screws, and that's going down nicely. So you can see there, we'll continue to put the floor down. You can see that over the various stages of the base. So we continue to do that. Looking nice, we'll continue to cut that in and get on with it. And we have a finished base. There we see all the 18mm ply is down. So which this particular base, as you've seen, has gone on a concrete base. So we've got you can actually see all the layers there actually. Just remind you've got your damp proof course, visqueen, a big roll of visqueen. You've got obviously your base, your 4x2. We have the waterproof membrane, and then we have the top, the floor, and then the actual internal floor will obviously go on top of this. So but this is 18mm ply, and then once it's actually finished, then we will fit a nice flooring. So let's just show you around. Nicely done. And we've cut the soil pipe, and that's for the water to come in. So you can see where that's coming in underneath the base. And looking at it from this way, so this is 6.5 meters by 3.5 meters, 3.5, 6.5 by 3.5 for this particular base. So that's what we're looking at. So that's the base made. that's a base for a garden room, or the way we make a base. That's not exclusively how you make a base, but that's the way we have made a base, and I generally make a base, and that's going to last for a long time. So thanks for watching, everybody. There's loads more on the channel, and there's going to be part 2 and lots of different aspects of the next part of the build, which is basically building a garden room. So thanks, everybody. Check out all the other stuff on the channel, and we'll see you on the next video. So from me, Mark, at the Small Workshop Adventures, take care, everybody. Bye.